Alright, we are going to be doing a new style of video today. We are going to be going over the Week 6 injury report that was released a little bit ago, so we know who is out, who is questionable, who is game time decision for this week, which is Week 6 of the NFL. And we're going to start with the Buccaneers and Falcons. For the Buccaneers, out is Marcus Williams, cornerback with a hamstring injury. Questionable and full participation in practice was safety Jordan Whitehead safety Jordan Whitehead with a hamstring injury. Now questionable with limited participation in practice, which is a little bit of a concern if you're a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan, is Bo Allen, defensive tackle with a foot injury, Carlton Davis, cornerback with a groin injury, and Otarius Howard with a tight end with a knee injury. Now for the Atlanta Falcons, there's two dashes, Justin Bethel and Mohamed Sanu. They'll probably be fine. They'll be good to go. It looks like they're just limited participations. Three outs. Devonta Freeman with a foot injury. He did not participate, and he will be out. Grady Jarrett with an ankle injury, a defensive tackle, did not participate. He is out. Derek Shelby, defensive end with a groin injury. He did a little bit of practice, but he will not play. Now for the Steelers and Bengals, we have. I'm going to not say anyone with the dashes for any of the teams. So we have for the Pittsburgh Steelers, linebacker Larry Fort is out with an ankle injury. He did not participate. He is doubtful, so keep that in mind. Safety Morgan Burnett with a groin injury. He is out. Darius Hayward-Bay, for anyone who has been fantasy for whatever reason, if you actually have Darius Hayward-Bay, he is out with an ankle injury. He did not participate in practice. Now for the Bengals, they've got three guys who are out. Giovanni Bernard with a knee injury. He's out. Tyler Croft out with a tight end, out with a foot injury, and Billy Price, center, also out with a foot injury. Three guys are questionable, and all were limited participation in practice this week. We have William Jackson, cornerback, with a knee injury. Cedric Ogebwe, tight end or tackle with a wrist injury, and John Ross, wide receiver, with a groin injury. Kind of sad, as he is sort of injury prone. We have Los Angeles Chargers. Linebacker Jatavius Brown is doubtful with a groin injury. Now we have three guys who are out. Travis Benjamin, wide receiver, with a foot injury. Joseph Bosa with a defensive end with a foot injury is still out, which is a big blow. He's a big part of that Chargers defense. And Kaiser White, linebacker, with a knee. He is also out with a knee injury. There are three guys who are questionable, which is pretty good. A lot better sign. Joseph Barksdale, tight end or a tackle with a knee injury. Russell Okung, also a tackle with a groin injury, and Caleb Sturgis, kicker, with a quadricep injury. All three were limited in practice, so we'll see if they get out there. And now for the Browns, we've got wide receiver. We've got two guys out. Wide receiver Rashad Higgins with a knee injury, and linebacker Tanner Vallejo with a concussion. Questionable is James Burgess, linebacker, with a knee injury. He was a limited participation in practice. The Bills, nothing to report on. And then the Texans, we have three injuries. Two guys are out, and Aaron Colvin, cornerback, with an ankle injury, and Brian Peters, a linebacker, also with an ankle injury. And then we have Derek Watson. I don't think that's his actual name. Hold on a moment. I thought it was Deshaun. Don't know why they listed it as Derek Watson, but that's quite hilarious. I really hope that we can capture that it says Derek Watson. But anyway, he is he is questionable with a chest injury. Poor Derek Watson. No one even knows who he is. That is Derek Watson. I'm sorry, but that's just really funny. Chicago Bears, Marcus Cooper, cornerback, with a hamstring. He will be not playing against the Miami Dolphins. Now the Dolphins have one guy doubtful and about 12 guys who are actually just questionable. We will go over them. Defensive end Derek Wake, defensive end, with a knee injury. He is doubtful, and now the rest of these guys are questionable. One guy did not participate in practice, which was Bobby McClain, cornerback, with a knee injury. Full participation for two guys, which is Ryan Tannehill with a right shoulder injury. He should be good to go. And safety, Tim McDonald, with a foot injury. Now, all these are limited participations. Javante Parker, with a quadricep injury, Larry Tunzel with a tackle with a concussion, Jakeem Grant, wide receiver with the shoulder injury, Alex Derby, tight end with the foot injury, Orlandis Branch, defensive end with a knee injury, Chase Allen, linebacker with a foot injury. Wow, that was a lot of people. Jesus. Anyway, let's go to the Arizona Cardinals and Minnesota Vikings. Sorry, I don't know why I did that. For the Cardinals, the only thing important to report on is Robert whatever his last name is, defensive tackle with a foot injury. He is questionable. And now we go to the Vikings. Only things to report on. Four guys are out. That's what it says. Tashawn Bauer, defensive end with an ankle injury. He's out. Everson Griffin, defensive end, non-injury related. He's out. Riley Reef, tackle with the foot injury. He's out. Andrew Sendejo, safety groin. He's out. And then Dalvin Cook, running back with a hamstring injury. Probably a game time decision as he is now questionable. So we'll see if he plays. It's probably going to be a yes, depending on who they're playing. So we'll see on Dalvin Cook for anyone who undoubtedly there are teams that want to know because they have him in fantasy. So he is questionable with a hamstring injury. Good luck. Now we can go on to the Jets and Colts. We have the Colts with a plethora of injuries with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys out by the looks of it. They have Denico Autry, defensive tackle, out. John Doyle, defensive tight end with a hip injury, out. Matthias Farley, safety, shoulder, out. Eugene Hilton, wide receiver with the chest injury, he's out. Denzel Good, tackle, non-injury related, he's out. Clayton Geethers, safety with a concussion, he's out. Now we have about, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys who are questionable, with 3 of them not participating in practice. With Eric Ebron, tight end with a shin injury, not a shit injury. Margus Hunt, defensive tackle with a knee injury. He didn't participate. So these guys probably won't play. Center Ryan Kelly with a calf injury. This guy was full participation. Michael Mitchell, safety with the pectoral injury. He sounds like he's going to be good to go. Limited participation in practice. Rookie linebacker Darius Leonard, questionable with an ankle injury. New York Jets, we have, let's see, 2 guys doubtful, which is Trumaine Johnson, cornerback with a quadricep injury, and Kevin Pierre-Louis, linebacker with the foot injury. He's also doubtful. 2 guys are out. Wide receiver Sharon Peak with a wide receiver with a hamstring injury, and Daryl Skrine, concussion, cornerback with a concussion. That was really hard to say. He is definitely out. 3 guys who are questionable. 1 did not participate in practice, which was Isaiah Crowell with an ankle injury. So anyone who has him for fantasy should look at that. He is questionable, did not participate in practice with an ankle injury. So keep an eye on that for this week going into the Colts. If he plays, he's not going to be at 100%, not nearly 100%. And then we have Marcus May, safety with an ankle injury. He was questionable, limited participation, as well as Douglas Middleton, another safety with a hamstring injury, also limited. So we'll see how that goes. Seahawks and Raiders, both very limited on the injury side. We shall start with the Seattle Seahawks. Rasheem Green, defensive end with an ankle injury, he is out. Kenneth Wright, linebacker with a knee injury, he is out. Nicholas Vanette, tight end, back injury, questionable, limited participation in practice. Raiders have 2 doubtful. Kelechi Osemele, guard with a knee injury, he is doubtful. Like I said, Frosty Rucker, defensive end with a neck injury, he is as well doubtful. And then we have Carl Joseph, a really good safety for the Raiders, who has a hamstring injury, and he is questionable with limited practice participation. Now we have the Panthers at the Redskins. Both of these teams, except the Redskins are feeling it. We have Carolina Panthers have 3 people out. Wide receiver Demir Bird with an ankle injury, he's out. Jared Norris, linebacker with a toe injury, he is out. Andre Smith, linebacker with a hamstring injury, he is also out. Questionable for the game, but did participate fully in practice, was Greg Olsen with a tight end with a foot injury. He was a full participation in practice, though. Probably not much to worry about with that. And for their opponent, the Washington Redskins, 1 doubtful, which is a Sean Luavo, a guard with a calf injury, and Troy Apke, safety, hamstring. He is out. And then we have some guys who did not participate in practice, which was 2 of them who are questionable. Wide receiver Jamison Crowder and Paul Richardson. An ankle and a shoulder injury respectable to the 2 wide receivers. Then the rest of them were limited participation with Joshua Doxson, heel injury wide receiver, Adrian Peterson running back with an ankle injury, Christopher Thompson running back with a rib injury, and then Zachary Vigil linebacker with a thigh injury. The Redskins are banged up. The Los Angeles Rams have 1 injury to Greg Zorloin, they're reporting, the kicker, right groin, and he is going to be out for their game at the Broncos. And the Broncos have a couple of injuries on their own. Adam Jones, cornerback with a thigh injury, questionable. He did not participate in practice. And Edwin Valtier, tackle with a knee injury, did not participate in practice. Keep that in mind when you make your bets or anything. Jaguars have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys out and 1 guy questionable. Leonard Fournette, for anyone who wants to know, running back, hamstring injury, he is out. Derek Hayden, cornerback, with a toe injury, out. Willie Herdon, whatever. Willie, cornerback, hamstring, he's out. Joshua Wells, tackle with a groin injury, he's out. James Tinker, LS, long snapper, I don't know, whatever. Knee injury, he is out. Jalen Ramsey, the star cornerback of the defense with the knee injury, he is questionable. Limited participation in practice. We have to monitor that going forward. 2 players for the Dallas Cowboys are out. Both of them linebackers Sean Lee and Joe Thomas, a hamstring and foot injury respectively. The next of these guys were all limited participation in practice, and they are all questionable. Chidoble Awuzie, cornerback with an ankle injury. Malik Collins, defensive tackle with a knee injury. Randy Gregory, defensive end with a knee injury. And DeMarcus Lawrence, defensive end with a shoulder injury. All questionable, all limited, as I've said. Now we have the Ravens and the Titans in a battle of who really cares. The Baltimore Ravens, Anthony Everett, cornerback, hamstring, he's out. Oops, sorry about that. DeLance Turner, running back, hamstring injury, he's out. The rest of these guys are questionable. 2 did not participate in practice. Defensive tackle Michael Pierce with a foot injury. Cornerback Tavon Young with a hip injury. The next 2 are full participants, which is Brandon Carr, knee injury. He is a cornerback. And then Anthony Levine, linebacker with a hamstring injury. Limited in practice was linebacker Timothy Williams due to a hamstring injury. He is questionable as well. Now we have the Tennessee Titans. We are almost done with this. I'm trying to move through it as quickly as possible, but trying to get all the relevant injuries out. We have 2 injuries for the Tennessee Titans who will be out. William Compton, linebacker with a hamstring injury, and then Kenny Vaccaro, however you say that, safety, elbow, he's out. We had 4 guys who are questionable. 2 did not participate. 2 were limited. The 2 non-participants were Bernie Logan, defensive tackle with an elbow, and then Robert Spillane, linebacker with a knee. The next 2 who were limited were also linebackers, Camelo Correa with a foot injury and Wesley Woodyard with a shoulder injury. Both were limited and questionable for Sunday. Now the Sunday night game between the Chiefs and the Patriots. The Kansas City Chiefs lift 2 guys out, and Eric Murray, safety, ankle, and DeAnthony Thomas, wide receiver with the tibia injury. He is out. Doubtful, and both did not participate, James Berry, safety, heel, and Justin Houston, linebacker with a hamstring injury. Those guys are probably not going to play, give a little bit more of advantage to Patriots. And then Tano Caps, I can't say his last name even if I tried. Linebacker with an ankle injury. He did not participate in practice. He did not participate. Questionable, probably not going to play. Oof, that's not good. And now the Patriots, probably the longest list. They're all questionable. Only Chris Hogan did not participate in practice with a wide receiver with a thigh injury. The rest of these guys were all questionable, all limited participation. Malcolm Brown, defensive tackle, knee. Joshua Gordon, wide receiver, hamstring. Geno Grissom, defensive end, ankle. Robert Gronkowski, tight end, ankle. Sonny Michel, running back, knee. Nelson Rowe, cornerback, groin. Danny Shellen, defensive tackle, elbow. John Simon, defensive end, shoulder. Monday night we have the um for the poor 49ers. None of these people matter apparently. And apparently the Packers and the 49ers haven't submitted their injury reports. I don't think they have to yet. So that's where I'll end the video. Those are the injury reports for week 6. Hopefully you watch this and make some adjustments to your fantasy team if you haven't already. And I hope this don't screw your team up entirely. I didn't see too many big names that are scary, so I think everyone will be all right unless your defense is completely screwed. Then I don't know what to tell you. Try and get maybe the Lions for not this week. Sorry, my bad. Anyway, hope you have a great week, and I hope this video helps you out. If you like this video, please leave a like, leave a comment. I don't know about what. You can tell me how much I stink. I don't know. And then if you're new here, please subscribe to the video. It always helps to grow the channel. And catch the live stream every night that I'm pretty much doing it. Almost every night except like Monday or Tuesday, one of those two. Thank you so much for listening to the NFL Week 6 Injury Report. I'm Rob. Have a good day.